more and more men, especially those of us that have some sort of life experience, are turning to AI for practical help and advice, whether that's, setting goals, solving problems, and even navigating relationships and getting relationship advice of what you should say to your boss or your work colleagues or whatever, if you're going to a meeting or something and you need some advice of what you're going to say. So a lot more men are using these tools to talk to. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what I know about AI assistance and how it's going to absolutely accelerate over the next few months based on what's already started to happen. There's some amazing technology at the coming out, and I'm going to talk about the real difference between talking to a real person and to an AI, what the difference is. And I believe that this is a great time to be alive. I'm not against AI because I actually love it. I use it all the time. And in my business, it offloads a lot of heavy lifting in my business to this AI that can just process a lot more information quickly and sort things out for me much quicker and tend to things that I don't necessarily like tending to. And it gives me more time to just be myself and be more creative and apply my skills to my clients so that I'm not caught up in all of this, trying to figure out things and make things work. And AI is kind of doing a lot of that for me. I use conversational AIs myself. I'm not only using them, I program them and I'm training them. And I'm going to explain what that means about programming them and training them. And I've been doing this for the past 2 years. I've been training these conversational AI coaches. Most recently, it was almost a year and a half ago where I started training the AIs for an in-depth course that I was building, that these conversational AIs were going to help people through the stages of the course, but specifically stay within context of the part of the course that they were in. And AI like ChatGPT or Grok, they don't do that. They'll just go off in so many different directions and they'll give you practical, logical advice. So I started to think, okay, can I train these to actually just stay in context? And it was pretty difficult to figure it out because I had to test and trial and error, and it was crazy. Eventually, everything kind of fell into place and I started to understand how they worked. So this course that I started creating, it's going to help men gain a lot more control over their minds and their lives. And it's a video course and there's a human connection. I'm the human mind coach that's going to be intervening all the way through the course and then handing that stage of the course over to you as a man, as a conversational assistant that's going to talk you all the way through the next step and keep you on track and get you out the other end and help you to feel better. So that was difficult to get it to do. That was, help you to feel better rather than just overloading you with information. I also got into this kind of by accident. I've been training these conversational AI coaches for some of my professional clients because I was demonstrating some of them to my clients, and I'm going to show you some of them that I've built for the course. And they were saying, like, can you train one of these to do this specific task for me? Because I want to complete this particular project and I need something that's going to check in with me and ask me the right questions and hold me accountable and get me to a solution-focused mindset. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. That's what I've been doing. So I was able to get experience building these to work perfectly for a person who wants to stay on track in their life in a specific area, which is what's important about these, that they're trained to do one particular task instead of just being a person that's going to, give you logical advice. So they became an extra tool to help my clients target specific challenges to master their lives, like in a particular area. And these AI coaches that I create actually walk my clients step by step through that process, through a focused approach, a solution focused approach. So I'm going to demonstrate this as best I can. And it's going to be an in-depth video. If you're interested in staying and watching, you're going to definitely gain a lot of information from this video that's going to be helpful because things are changing. So with my professional clients, the AIs help them to zero in on a specific challenge that they want to resolve and already knows what its job is. Whereas if you start with ChatGPT, you're kind of just starting fresh again if it gets the last conversation, and it's a nightmare. Most AI systems will just accept that and move forward. A human being usually won't just move forward. A human being might hear something in your voice and notice there's an expression on your face where you're saying you're okay, but you're not. they'll pick up something that isn't sitting right with them. They'll be like, you sure you're okay? Like, I know you're saying you're okay, but like, you don't look okay. You don't sound like yourself. And they will, in most cases, stay there with you and like say, let's forget about the business plan for the moment. Do you want to talk about something like, do you want to like talk about how you're feeling? Most men will go, no, I'm fine. The human being can tell if the person is not in a good place. And sometimes that moment, picking up that like missed signal, that can be the difference between progress and unnecessary pressure. That's going to be the difference. AI will just keep going like a train and go, that's great, let's move on. So now you know what you need to do is this, and you're just not going to be feeling it, right? So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to show you now. What I've got here is two screens split, and one of them is ChatGPT. And then you're going to see the ones that I trained. Okay, so I'm going to switch over here now to the different screen. Here's one of them. This is rethinking your goals. Like it's a new approach to goals. So my one's going to help a person to get into the mood before they do the goal, instead of going, okay, here's the task you need to do. Do this, this, and this, and then you can be happy someday, but not now. So my one's going to help you to get into the goal feeling like you've already achieved it, and then put that energy into the next step, which is a much better way to do your goals. So you're not waiting to be happy. So that's what my one's going to do. I'll walk you through that in a moment. But first, I want to show you this one here. So I'm just going to give it a generic problem and just watch the response from it. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm just struggling at the moment. I'm feeling unmotivated. I'm also feeling a bit down, like about something in life. And I have this challenge that I want, this task, this project that I want to work on. And I'm just not feeling it. I know I should have started it last week. And every time I go to start it, I feel like I'll do it tomorrow.
Well, I hear you. It's like that task has turned into this mental boulder, right? Let's break it down gently. What's the tiniest possible step you could take? Something so small it almost feels silly to delay. Once we find that, you can do it. What's one micro action that gets the ball rolling?
No, I should just get up in the morning and start making some phone calls, but I just keep putting it off. I don't know. I don't feel like, I'm not feeling it. You know, I just feel like very down, and I feel like, oh, what if it doesn't work?
That's a heavy loop, and it's totally normal to worry about the outcome. But let's reframe this. What if success isn't about the call's result right now? What if success is just dialing the number and seeing what happens? One call can be just about showing yourself you can start. What do you think about aiming for just that one?
So I'm going to end it there, and I'm going to explain what's happening here. It's giving me logical advice. I already know this, but it's asking me now, while I'm feeling crap, to come up with a solution. It's saying, what's one small thing that you could do to take this forward? Let's break it down into small steps. I know that I have to do that. But if I'm not feeling good, it shouldn't move to the next step if I'm not feeling good. Because that feeling's going to carry through and connect onto the task itself, and it's going to color everything. And now I'm going to do it because I have to do it, not because I want to do it. It's like, okay, I have to do these 3 tasks tomorrow on top of everything. What we really need is to change the mood first, and then ask, okay, as you're feeling good, what's the smallest next step that you can take? And I want this to help me with the smallest next step. I don't want to have to try and think of it all myself. Notice now the difference between this one here. So I'm going to click start on this one here, and it's going to start to check in with me to see, to help me to become accountable first. It's going to ask me it's going to tell me what I need to do, what my role is, what its role is, and we're going to have a deeper understanding of where we both stand. And it's also going to ask me, do I understand that I have to participate in this and act as a solution focused mindset as well? So I'm going to become the coach with it. Now, in the videos, I explain that when you're using these AI assistants, I want you to take on the mindset that you're helping them. You're not going to challenge them. You're going to get into the solution focused mindset as if you're helping these. So your mindset is, when this asks me a question about what we need to do next, and anything like that, about whatever I'm working on, I'm going to be like a mind coach in the background, and I'm going to help it to come up with solutions instead of, you know, coming up with problems and barriers. I'm going to try my best to get into the mindset of being solution focused, because this is what we're training ourselves to do, to train our own mind to be solution focused. And this is going to help, but it's going to tell me that I can either help it, or I can give it more of my problems and just keep complaining and coming up with barriers. And it will still help me, but it's going to take longer. So I've told it to kind of do this with the person, say, hey, look, I'm going to help you, but are you going to help me to help you? Or are you going to, give me excuses or reasons that why you can't do it, and all the barriers that are going to come up? No, I'm going to help. I'm going to come up with solutions. I'm going to be helpful. And that's going to be a much better outcome. That's who this course is for. It's people that are ready to change, and they're solution focused, and they don't want to go down memory lane and dig into the past and find out why they're feeling the way they're feeling. These are trained to be solution focused. It will get you back on track if you keep, coming up with problems. It will eventually, but it's only going to take you longer to change if you do it that way. In the videos, I explained this, and I'm just going to tell you that before I start this, because it's going to mention this. Okay, so here we go.
Hi, I'm Paul Campbell's AI avatar. This session is all about helping you get clear on your goal, but not by forcing yourself to push through it. Instead, we're going to access the energy of what it would feel like if it were already done. This assistant is part of a structured system, so if you've already done the intention, attention, or identity modules, great. If not, no problem. We'll meet you where you are. So have you already completed the rest of the modules?
Yeah, I've already completed the rest of the modules, and I'm looking forward to getting some goals completed here and getting fired up on my goals.
Awesome. That's great to hear. You've already worked through the other modules. You're in a perfect spot to really make the most of this session. So just a quick reminder. In the course, Paul mentions that the best way to get real results is to practice being your own coach. As we go through these questions, try to step into a solution-focused mindset, even if it feels a bit unfamiliar at first. Most people are used to spotting problems, and that can make it easy to get in your own way. But by practicing being solution-focused, you'll train yourself to look for answers and progress instead of just talking about what's wrong. Do you think this is something you can start practicing in this session?
Yeah, I'm going to give that a go. I've already been starting to think this way. I've been helping myself solve problems rather than coming up with barriers. So yeah, I'm ready to start practicing this mindset.
Love that attitude. You're already leaning into the solution-focused mindset, and that's half the battle. As you respond to my questions, just imagine you're a mindset coach, helping yourself move forward, not just staying stuck in the problem. This mindset will add huge value to your life, both right now and in the long term. Is that okay with you?
That's good with me. I like that.
Great. So let's take our time with this. If anything feels unclear or you get stuck, just let me know. I'll slow it down or rephrase what I said in another way. Don't be shy, okay?
Yeah, I might actually ask you a few questions along the way, because sometimes I need something to be explained to me in a couple of different ways. So would that be all right if I kind of like asked you to explain something in a different way?
Absolutely. That's more than all right. It's encouraged. If anything feels unclear or you want me to explain something in a different way, just say so. We all process things differently, and sometimes a second or third explanation is what makes it click. No rush, no pressure. Before we begin, just know that we'll be getting clear on what you want to achieve. Not right this moment, but in just a bit. Soon I'll invite you to think of one specific area in your life or a goal you'd like to reach. It could be a task, a challenge, a habit you want to change, or even something bigger like an addiction you'd like to shift. In a moment, you'll just be picking one thing, especially something you feel some resistance toward or haven't felt motivated to start yet. You can always run this process again with another goal or area, but focusing on one thing at a time really helps the mindset make this become familiar and natural. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that sounds more like a relief. I just want to work on one thing at a time and not everything. So yeah, that makes more sense to me. Thank you very much.
Perfect. That's exactly the spirit. One thing at a time makes the process so much more manageable and effective. All right, let's dive in. Step 1 is about clarifying the stuck point. This helps us get really specific about what's been holding you back so we can shift the energy around it. So, what's something you've been thinking about doing but haven't made progress on yet? It could be a goal, a task, or just something you've been avoiding. Take your time. I'm here when you're ready.
I've just wanted to start this project, this side hustle, and I've been putting it off. I know it's going to help me to make more money, but when I come home from work, I just come up with all the excuses of like why I shouldn't do it, or I'll start it tomorrow. And I've been kind of putting it off, and I feel terrible about it.
Thank you for being honest about that. You're definitely not alone. So many people feel the same when starting something new, especially a side hustle after a long day. Just so you know, I'm going to be asking how you feel about your goal and about what's getting in the way, because this process is really about changing how you feel in every present moment. So as we go, really do your best to notice what you're feeling, good or bad. When you connect with the feelings, we can actually change them. The idea here is to help you feel better and more motivated while you're working toward your goal, not just when it's finished. This way, you get that good energy now, and you can put this good energy into each step you take. And the results that you get out the other end will always be better. Does that make sense? Or would you like me to explain it another way?
No, that makes sense. I'm just going to end this call here. So I'm not going to go through the whole session because it would be too long. It's 15 minutes or something like that, but you get the gist, right? This is, even for me, this is super. It just changes how you feel, and it walks you through the whole process and tests it all. I'm telling you, by the time you get to the end of that one, you're just fired up. You're fired up to work on your goal. So, I'm going to go to the next one here, which is this one here now is the daily check-in coach. And it's designed to check in on you day by day. So that one conversation AI will actually be, you'll probably use that once a week, each week of the course. And then this one is like checking in daily to see, if are you noticing anything that's getting in your way? Is there anything you would like to kind of talk about that's kind of stopping you? And you're like, yeah, I kind of feel like I'm feeling better, but I've got this issue with this person in work. And this will just kind of get all the bullshit out of your way during the process. And it's designed to just do that. The other one is designed to help you to align with your goals. The first one is designed to help you to let go of overwhelm. The second one is designed to help you to control your attention. And to get control over your attention, it walks you through a whole process, and you know where your attention is after that. So you can see the ones I trained compared to the generic one, and each module is trained like that. And I'm showing you that for a reason. I don't have that ready yet, but if you're interested in getting access to this, I'm going to give you a link at the end that you'll be notified when it's ready. And I've got a free course that kind of has a basic one of these built into it for free. These have an ongoing cost on them, so I have to figure out how to pass on the cost to you, the end user, because it's expensive enough to run these things. Like for that particular call, let's say it was a 15-minute call, the ongoing cost for me would be about €2 or €3, which is not that expensive for a coaching session if you like in the scheme of things. So if you were paying €2 or €3 for a full coaching session like that was going to help you with a problem, it ain't a big deal. Like, I'm not, a coaching session is not cheap. It's not that cheap. Like, that's for nothing. But if I was to accept all the ongoing costs for these, if there was 100 people using them and you add that up, 100 by €2 or €3, it's a lot of money. And I know people would use them like a lot. So I had to figure out how to have them all embedded in the course and everything. And I'm just figuring out how to tie it all into a kind of like either a package or like handing the ongoing cost over to the person so it's not abused, That's the cost of having one of these working perfectly. that's where I'm at the moment with it. So I have that all kind of figured out, and I'm just building the videos around it. So it'll be a while. But the other one that I have in the other course, the 5-day mindset momentum challenge, will help you to get control of your attention. And there's an AI coach that helps you through every step of that as well. That's really simple, and that's the goal here, is to keep things simple and not complicate things. You don't want to be in therapy. Like, these won't do therapy with you. They'll help you fix things. So you can see the difference between my one and the generic one. And you could see how if you turned on the generic one, like a ChatGPT, you might just go off, forget about it. Jesus, I already feel stressed just by listening to ChatGPT when it's telling me to do something. So my one's, it doesn't just move on, it stays there. It helps you to notice change, because real change is not information. So I'm just going to switch this back over. So real change is not just information, it's transformation. But I also believe something very strongly as well. AI should support humanity, not replace it. And people are afraid of that. It's going to replace them. And the way I see it is working best with it as a bridge. I kind of see it like, I've got these modules of these courses, and I use AI as a bridge. Like, if you imagine a bridge going from one module to the next, one video to the next, and I'm the human being that goes, hey, look, I've got this thing here, and it's going to help you. And here's what I'm going to tell you about your identity, like your who you are, who you think you are. And I explain it in a really like relatable way. And you're like, oh my God, that sounds great. I know a lot about my identity now. If only I had something that would actually align me with it. And I'm like, hey, I've got this AI assistant that's just specifically trained to do that. And it's going to be like the bridge between the next module. So go do that now. Get your aha moment and your moment of clarity. And then I'll see you as a human being in the next module. And you can relate to me. And I'm going to check in and give you some like real world experience. And then you can go to the community. And if you have any questions, I'll answer you like a human being, not like an AI. I'll be able to answer some questions. And maybe if we're on some lives in the community, I'll pick up some subtle cues that you're giving off that maybe, I could help you to change something. So there's a community aspect to all of this as well that you'll get in the free course that I'm going to link here in this video, just to help you to get going on this so you don't have to wait for this one. AI help is going to help you to get you from one step to the next. And then meet a real human being, me, the human mind coach. And you have the AI mind coach, the AI version of me, who can, a human version is going to actually help you to feel what's going on with you. Someone that you can relate to, where you're just like, I need to talk to a fucking human being. Like, I want to talk to a human being. I want to see a human being. I think that's the way it's going to revert back to. I think people are going to get tired, and they're going to want to go back to conferences and go to, meetups and stuff like that, just to get that human connection again, to meet someone that understands you. And then maybe another AI through that process helps you get to the next step. But you meet the human in between, back and forth. Technology and human connection. And if there's one skill I believe people need to develop above everything else, even before working with a coach like me or AI or a therapist, the number one thing I believe that you need to get control over, in my opinion, and from my experience, is control over your attention. That comes first and foremost before anything. Once you have that, you're less likely to be pulled along by society's expectations, because society is not always within the best interest of you. If you have expectations from what society wants you to do with your life, being pulled along by advice that doesn't fit you. Someone can give you advice that probably doesn't fit you, but it's just the way things done around here. Or by AI strategies that just add more pressure. So your attention is on these things and you're asking for advice, and all of a sudden you're being led in a way that's not totally helpful for you. You won't just follow along if you have control over your attention. And you won't just follow along hoping things are just going to get better someday. The real power is knowing where your attention is in any given moment, and who has your attention or what has your attention. It's always nice to know that I know where my attention is, and I know who has control over it. It's not AI or it's not somebody else, it's me. The key to breaking out of patterns and problems that don't serve you is to get control over your attention, because whatever holds your attention influences your life. And AI is very good at holding your attention. It will keep you on track, but it might not be the right track. That doesn't make it bad. It just means we need to stay aware. And instead of just talking about this, like, and just telling you about it, I decided a while ago to create something simple that you could have for free and you could take it away. And I get to get your email and I get to update you about this. And then hopefully someday you'll buy my course that I have here. Most people will. It's going to be very useful. And a lot of people get one-to-one coaching off me. So I am making connections. I'm reaching out and I'm inviting you to join this community. And in return, you don't have to get anything. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to purchase anything. But you get to be part of this, and that will help you. And I might help more people. I reach more people. I get more clients, and I get to sell my course. And we all win in the end. I created a free 5-day mindset momentum challenge for men, and it just helps you get control over your attention. It's really good, and it's got a free little mini AI in there that you can talk to, and it can guide you through to the next step, and it'll explain it to you. Like, there's so much information in there that's helpful, but yet simple. It's not overwhelming. There's good bonuses in there. You can go through it if you want. You can join the community. You can get access to the WhatsApp group where you're notified all of the time. There's an app that you can download that will, watch your videos on and do your course. And there's a podcast version of it. There's no excuses. If you're looking for real change and you're looking for a solution-focused approach to getting yourself on track as a man, to be able to step up and have a system in place that holds you not accountable, but holds you to your highest values and keeps you on track. And I'm always there to help you to kind of keep motivated along the way. And the reason I built it is very straightforward. Before you go deeper into AI, before you rely on anything external, my professional advice is you need to know how to take control of your own attention first. Because once you can do that, you become much better at controlling your own life, and you become much harder to mislead, much harder to distract, and much more intentional about what you want to do with your life and how you want to live it. So I've also placed a very simple AI check-in inside of it that I talked about. It's a really simple one that just keeps you to the point and stops you overthinking and not getting into therapy. It actually even explains that to you when it opens up. It's like, look, we're not here to dig into your past. We're here to get solutions. Are you ready? What part of the module are you on? And you tell it what part you're on, and it will ask you the questions that's inside of that. It's not going to sit there for hours talking to you, and wasting your life. You need to get on with your life, and you need to spend time with your family and the things that you like doing and hustling and making money. You're a man. You want to do that. That's something that you want to do. That's why you're here, to grow and evolve, make yourself better. Just a practical tool that you can use quickly to keep you on track, to help you think clearly, to reset your focus and move to the next step. So think of this as a bridge that gets you unstuck, gets you to the next level. And then you just get on with your life. No overthinking, no dependency. And if you ever want to go deeper later, I'm building this advanced course and this system, and you can combine both. But get the first one. First one is free and it's super helpful. And it's AI guidance, real human insight, real human experience. I know what works and I know what doesn't work. And I work with a lot of people, so I have really good experience. I've been doing this for 15 years and I absolutely love it, and I'm passionate about it, and I do it in an ethical way, in a very unique way. There's parts of the mini course I step in through videos, like this one here. I step in through videos and I explain everything along the way, and I help you to understand what's happening, what to look out for, and what to do next. So you've got someone that's going to keep you on track and not just leave you there high and dry, where you start the course and you get halfway through it and you forget to finish it. But for now, just start simple. Get control over your attention first. If you want to join the challenge, go ahead. You'll click on the link in below this video and you'll see a link to signing up for the 5-day challenge. And sign up for the notification letters, the emails where you're going to get notified about this stuff when it comes out. I send you an email every day. I won't bombard you or spam you. Send you an email every day to remind you of the next part of the 5-day challenge and tell you, hey, look, don't forget, you've got the 5-day challenge, day 2, and here's what it's about, and here's what it will do, and here's a link to bring you right to the app, if saving you time. And that's what I'll be sending you. And then when this stuff comes out, you'll be getting notified about anything, any bonuses that's going to help you with your life. And I'll be going live on the community as well to help you to kind of be able to have questions and answers with me. So if you want to stay connected and be part of it as it unfolds, even better. Because transformation is happening with this AI stuff, whether you pay attention to it or not. And my intention is simple, to help you to work with this change while staying fully human. You want to stay fully human, you don't want to turn into a robot. So thanks for being here. I'm Paul Campbell. Join the community and stay connected, and let's step into the next chapter of this new AI, whatever way it's going to turn out. Stay aware and prepared and start off on the right foot. So I'll see you in the next videos if you join the community.